Our Jacob Rascone is in Kerr County once again following the latest on the devastating floods, and he will join us live coming up this morning at 6.
Yeah, but for now, let's get to know what we know this morning. Right now, there are at least 111 confirmed deaths across central Texas, including the 27 campers and counselors from Camp Mystic. There are more than 160 people believed to be missing, including 5 Camp Mystic campers and 1 counselor. Right now, more than 1,000 volunteers are on the ground helping with the ongoing search operations, but officials are still asking people to not come to the area and help search, saying it will hinder the official efforts.
Also this morning, we are getting a better look at the damage along the Guadalupe River. Satellite images show all the debris, including downed trees and damaged homes. And this morning, the search and recovery efforts will continue. Joining us live this morning from Kerrville is CBS News correspondent Nadia Cavallos.
Hey, Nadia, good morning. Now, this morning, questions are mounting on what actions were taken to warn people about the rushing floodwaters. What are officials telling you?
We're now going on to day 6 after the catastrophic floods that hit the state of Texas. And up until now, local officials have yet to respond to any of these questions. Local officials have reiterated that now is not the moment to be asking what could have gone different, what could have been done to prevent this tragedy. They're saying that right now the focus is on finding every single person that is still missing in the state. And as of yesterday, according to Governor Greg Abbott, there are over 160 people who are still missing. And this is a result of a combined effort from multiple agencies who began to receive calls from many different family members reporting that their loved ones were missing. And this includes people who were not part of a summer camp or who were not necessarily checked into a hotel.
Nadia, have recovery crews said anything about how far downstream they are going to be extending their search?
Up until this moment, local officials have said that the land stretches up to 26 miles, and this includes the area along the Guadalupe River. But as of yesterday, we did see on the ground that rescuers were centered around the area of Hunt, Texas, and this is near where Camp Mystic was. And this is because they believe that this is where they're going to continue to find more people. Now, it is day 6, and this is still being considered a search and rescue effort here.
Yeah, Nadia, we know that the search and rescue is priority, but what about the cleanup efforts? Have city or county leaders said anything about plans to rebuild yet?
During yesterday's press conference with Governor Greg Abbott, officials did say that they're beginning to move on to the cleaning up the debris, and this is being done in part because of the resources that the state currently has, and in part this is also because of the federal resources that have been pouring in as a result of President Trump's actions. This is according to Governor Greg Abbott. So on one hand, the debris cleanup is beginning, but the search is still going on here.
Something to watch out for. Nadia, thank you so much. And we've been showing you the devastating images from central Texas throughout the week.
But yesterday, Governor Abbott got a firsthand look at what's left behind in Kerr County as he toured the flood zone in a helicopter. During a briefing, Abbott also announced that 109 lives have now been lost. That number is continuing to grow, and it is grim. It's now surpassed the death toll from Hurricane Harvey. And it's hard to believe, but it could get even worse. As we mentioned earlier, the governor said that 161 people are still missing.
Nothing is as heart-wrenching as hearing the stories of what the girls around here, especially the girls at Camp Mystic, went through. To see where they lived in one moment, where they disappeared the next moment, and were gone forever. The hearts of our fellow Texans are breaking every single day because of what people of this community and the surrounding area are going through.
But through that heartbreak, we are also hearing some incredible stories of survival.
That's right. Lily and Paige Kummerfeld say they have spent their summers at Camp Mystic for nearly a decade. But this year, their tradition quickly became a fight for their lives.
We just thought it was a normal thunderstorm. We didn't know any of the destruction happening.
Yeah, and through the chaos, the sisters remember the bravery of the camp staff and counselors. Some gave their lives protecting their children. Among them were directors Dick and Edward Eastland. While the girls say they owe their lives to those heroes, they also carry the weight of those lost.
It's nothing short of a miracle with how quick the water rose. And even for the girls who didn't survive, I believe that Jesus was there with them, holding their hands and when the waters rose and comforting them.
You can just see how traumatic it is for those girls. And they say they're forever grateful for the heroes who stepped up that day and for God's protection through it all. Meanwhile, in Hunt, Texas, a family staying at the Casa del Rio hid in the attic in hopes of escaping the floods. Amongst them, the family's 94-year-old grandmother. As water inched its way into the attic, the family created a rope out of Christmas lights and tied them around the chimney. But then came a miracle. The water dropped, and the entire time, Grandma Betty says she was quietly praying.
And Barry came by and he said, "Noni, do you want to pray?" And I said, yes. He prayed a beautiful prayer. Within a short time, probably, 5-10 minutes, I'm not sure, the water began to recede.
And the power of Betty's prayer there, everyone eventually sheltered at a nearby church until the National Guard arrived. And the family is now turning to the community for help with a GoFundMe to pay for repairs to the cottage.
Your time now is 5:06, and this morning Texans are stepping up in a big way like we always do to help those impacted by the flooding in the Hill Country. In Kemah, so many people showed up with supplies that organizers actually had to stop taking donations. That is so wonderful to hear. Their trailers filled up with essential items they were asking for in less than 2 days. And this morning, the Salvation Army also says that they've met their needs for clothing and cleaning supplies, all thanks to the generous donations from the public. Now they're asking for cash donations. They say that getting money in the hands of the right organizations will be the fastest and most effective way to help. And this morning, we are making it easy for you to help those in the Hill Country. KHOU 11 is teaming up with our sister stations from across Texas to raise money for the Tegna Texas Flood Relief Fund. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now to make a donation. All of that money will go directly to local nonprofits in the areas that were hit the hardest. That includes Kerr County.